Here we go round the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush. Here we go round the mulberry bush early in the morning. This old English nursery rhyme has stood the test of time because it's an excellent teaching tool for little kids. Wise parents sing it to their children in all kinds of situations to teach them how to do simple tasks like pick up toys, tie their shoes, button their shirt, etc. This is the way we pick up our toys, tie our shoes, button our shirt, etc. And the only limitation is our imagination. Since God tells us we need to become like little children, it's fitting He used nursery rhyme repetition to teach us simple tasks like listening to and obeying His word. We've begun looking at God's Old Testament prophet Amos, who was sent to Israel during the days of King Jeroboam II. As previously noted, the years between 770 BC and 750 BC were 2 decades of great prosperity for both Israel and Judah, who had a decent king named Uzziah in Jerusalem. Their enemies were weak, and the kings had worked hard to restore the nations physically. 2 Kings 14:23 through 15:7 and 2 Chronicles 26. But while Uzziah sought the Lord, 2 Chronicles 26:5, Jeroboam couldn't care less about Jehovah, despite having Jonah explain their prosperity was from God, 2 Kings 14:25 through 27. One day, in the middle of all that prosperity, Amos, an ignorant nobody cowhand from Judah, walked into Israel's religious center, the city of Bethel, and began speaking. Here we go round the mulberry bush. Actually, he began his nursery rhyme with, Thus says the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Damascus and for 4, I will not revoke its punishment. Amos 1, verse 3. Then he repeated it 7 more times as he circled around Israel, naming all its enemies, Syria, Philistia, Tyre, Edom, Ammon, Moab, and even Judah, before getting to Israel itself. Amos 1:3 through 2:6. Each nation was condemned for mistreating God's people. Round and round he went in condemnation because each nation had gone round and round the oppression and slavery bush. The only exception was Judah, whom he condemned for rejecting his law. Amos 2, verse 4. When he got to Israel, it was back around the oppression bush, and the list of offenses is, well, offensive. Amos 2, verses 6 through 8. If America was on that list, would it be just as guilty as the other 8 nations? Yeah, it would. But what if you and I were added to the list? Would we be condemned for mistreating others or rejecting God's law? Or both? Thank you for watching Morning Minutes in the Bible on An American Missionary. Until next time, this is James McClenny hoping you have a great day.